I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Remember, I have a webinar coming up on the 21st of February, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. It's on endless opportunities and limitless possibilities. I was discussing with somebody just a few minutes back, and I was sharing with her the limitless possibilities in what she is doing. I also shared with a retired security officer what he could do with his life. So I'm going to be sharing the seminar with my son, Dr. Ufoma Apoki, who will talk about the technical aspect. Then I will talk about the sociological and economic aspect of it. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. Early registration is 15,000 naira. Late registration is 20,000 naira. And it will be recorded. You can always go to the site to watch it if you were on duty or you were somewhere else. The number again, +234 80 21 21 92 62. Go to the manuscript, you will see the number. There is a trending video of an Ashawo Russian and Ashawo African women. The dirty Russian absconded from his country that is at war and came to some African countries and some other countries to start knacking women and video recording them. The thing you must realize, whether they knocked with consent or not, video recording them and posting them online is a typical sign of a narcissist. Most people who exploit people's sexuality, particularly males, are narcissists. Let me start from the beginning. I am not defending these women. I'm not defending them. But there are some things we must have straight on. The average narcissist thinks of only himself and does not care about the emotions and the effect of his actions on other people. He sees himself as the most, or herself. There are narcissistic women. We shall see that women can be like anaconda. They will marry you, pretend to be loving you, especially when you are a celebrity or you are rich. It reaches a certain point, then they will just change color. They strike you when you are most vulnerable and want to share your properties or devour everything that you own. It's happening in the United States, it's happening in the UK and several European nations. If you know it is true, say true. It is happening in the comment section. So they are usually very selfish people. Now, they are manipulative and evil, very, very evil, and they don't care about their victims. Now, let me look at some key issues about men. We are castigating these women. It is colonial mentality. It is this because the man is fair-skinned. It's not necessarily true. There was a lady in one of the videos that rejected his offer. She lives in New York and she was entering a very beautiful car. And that dirty Russian whose mates are fighting in Russia and is busy going around doing knocking escapade. The lady was surprised that he said that kind of rubbish thing to her. And she said, no, she's not poor. A lot of these things, poverty is involved. My sons are married to Europeans. And one time my son was discussing with a European lady, and the lady was trying to pose on my son. And my son said, my father is training three sons in your country. You know how much it takes to train 3 people in your universities? I don't come from a poor background. I'm black, but I'm not poor. Nigerian, but I'm not poor. You see, poverty contributes to a lot of what is happening. And I will come to women later. But let me talk about men. Stop being hypocritical, men. Stop being very hypocritical. How many of you men will be approached by a European lady, an American lady, even an Asian lady, that she wants you to come to her hotel room, that she's single, that will not fall? That will not fall. I was in a flight to London, and an Iranian woman was discussing with me. She tried to paint a picture to entice me that she has lost her husband, she's working in a hotel, she's free, she's dating a 30-year-old boy while she's 52. And the devil came. I was alone and whispered to my ear, but I blocked the whisper. Number 1, I am disciplined. Number 2, I don't need her. I don't need her for any reason. I cannot destroy my legacy of 40 years of integrity with my wife for one dirty Iranian woman. But how many of you men who are castigating those women now can resist an offer? Even if your wife is in labor in a hospital, because I saw a woman bringing her 3 children from school and people were castigating her because she fell for the trap. Even if your wife is in hospital or your wife is going for surgery, some of you men will still follow that woman to the hotel and knock her and collect euros. Sometimes even if you don't collect euros. Now, the next thing is that some of your general overseers and even chief imams and traditional healers will knock a white woman that offers Knackology to him. It's human nature. I am not excusing their human nature. If your spirit is not regenerated and you are not born again, I know what I'm talking about. I was a very, very badly bad boy before I got born again, before I got married. So I know what I'm talking about when I talk about street men and street women. I know you even went to church and carried one. That you're in church does not mean you are born again. Does not mean your spirit is regenerated. Sometimes church is a place for desperate people. One of the girls said that her pastor prophesied to her that she will marry a white woman. So the prophecy made her to fall easily because religion is an assassin of the intellect. Even if your pastor prophesied that you will marry a white man, does it mean you should just sleep with the first white man you meet? Something wrong with your brain? Now, I know African men who fantasize sleeping with or knocking white women. I know African men, immediately they land in America, Canada, Europe, the first thing they will tell their hosts, bring Oyibo come for me, make I knock. They want to knock a white woman. It is their childhood dream, childhood fantasy. So it's not impossible that it is some childhood fantasy for some of these females who most probably are not elitists, they are not very educated, they might not be wealthy, they might not be strong-willed and might not be properly groomed and visionary. So, men, stop talking about our women as if you are saints. The next thing is that I know young men who marry old cougars, old women in Nigeria. Their relatives will go to Ikeja registry with them to celebrate marrying somebody who is looking like a scarecrow that is about to stroll into the land of no return. So they are common in Nigeria. So stop talking about these women as if it's something exceptional. I am not defending the women. I'm just stating the sociological truth and why we must review what has gone wrong. Number one, social media has portrayed knacking like sharing Coca-Cola drink or sharing a drink, sharing coffee. From social media, you will see people just drag a housemaid into the bathroom, just drag a visitor into the bathroom, they knack, they come out, they start smiling. Knacking is a sacred thing. It's something that should be revered. At the same time, it is limited to marriage. Anything outside marriage, you sin against your body and you transfer spirits from one person to the other. The Bible says when you knack a prostitute, that the spirit of the prostitute enters you. And so for some of us, we see knacking as a very sacred thing between only married people. But the society is so permissive, we are so lousy and loose that to even condemn such acts in the church while we are preaching is very surprising to people. I was speaking to university lecturers, professors at Asaba, Denis Osadebe University during a gala night, and I told them that, Professor, building a legacy is setting standards for your children and for your society. That if you go and kiss one dirty student who is also practicing oral knacking with a dirty Yahoo boy, you have indirectly kissed the bola of that Yahoo boy. And they were shocked. They didn't expect that from somebody like me. But I needed to state it upfront and straight and bitter. It's dirty. I can't imagine going to kiss a woman that I don't know, that is not my wife. Never. And you just open your legs as a woman for a man you don't know how many others. Cheap sex is expensive and it has consequences. The next thing is that we've thrown core family values, African values, and traditional Christian values overboard. The church is more worldly than the world because we're not dwelling on the world. We're trying to imitate the world in our dressing, in our tattoos, in our singing. Somebody watched my video about tattoos and they made a comment. Let me just reply here. The reason God said they should not put marks on their bodies, they should not draw tattoos, they should not do some things in the book of Leviticus, it was because the world then was the Canaanite practices around them. God wanted the people, you are a royal priesthood, you are a king and you are a priest. You should be separate from the practices of the world. As a man of God, as a Christian consecrated unto God, as rascally, as crazy as I am, there are some things I will not do. Because there's something called halo effect. There are some things I will do. Every other action I will take, every speech I will make, an unbeliever watching me and listening to me will interpret it from that perspective. It's called halo effect. So all these useless contents on television, on social media, has portrayed knacking as if you are drinking coffee. And in fact, the more reckless you are in knacking, the more you are, you trend. And so, women singers display nudity, piano, rubbish dance steps all over all over Africa. And the restraints, the restrictions have been broken. And we now see knacking as emancipation, we see knacking as entertainment, we see knacking as excitement, we see knacking as sharing a drink. It's not. So it is the level of degeneration in our society and the level of desperation. Married woman, you want to go and knack a white man, maybe we'll buy a car for you, maybe rubbish. And I want to let women know that A man can knack anyhow if he's an unbeliever. God does not permit that. But you as a woman, you are like a beautiful zebra in the savannah, and the man is a predator. He can come and consume you. The lion does not need to exhibit as much precaution as the zebra. It is you that will lose. It is you that will get pregnant, and then the lousy predator, Russian Ashawo, will walk away. I'll be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we're not seeing Russian, the countries they went to, that there are children that will not need DNA. And they can't go to Russia. You start calling, looking for the man, like somebody is calling a Cubana chief priest. Stupidity for you to just open your legs anyhow for any man. Men don't get pregnant. In fact, there are some sexually transmitted diseases. They stay in the bodies of women longer than and before they manifest, more than men, because it enters your body, can climb into your uterus, from there to your fallopian tube. Research has shown that women who have contact with more men are most likely going to have cervical cancer, more than the likelihood of a man having cancer of the glans penis. It is you that will get pregnant. It is you that will carry the children. It is you that will be the single mother. Can you imagine this rubbish terminology, single mother? We don't see single fathers. We don't see baby papa. We see baby mama. The burden will rest on you. The shame is worse off. A man can, nobody, apart from me condemning that stupid man, dirty Russian, cowardly Russian that could not go to war. Every person is focusing on the women. Society is tailored to look down on a woman who has messed up. Even in the biblical era, that's why they wanted to stone that woman to death who committed adultery. Where is the husband? Where is the man who slept with her? And all those who were stoning her, they were equally guilty. I suspect that was what Jesus wrote on the floor, on the ground. And that's why they dropped their stones, because they were equally doing the same thing. It's just that they have not caught them. Just like Judah, who slept with Tamar and wanted to stone Tamar to Yamutunize Tamar when Tamar got pregnant. So, women we need to have value for ourselves. We need to create vision in the minds of our children, our daughters. We need to let them have a sense of dignity. And let us not make marriage to be an achievement for our daughters. Marriage is not an achievement. It is what comes out of marriage that is an achievement. Marriage is like a secret cult. Those who are in it, if they have a way of coming out of it, they will have run out. It's like drinking hot chilies. But you're still drinking. If it's possible to marry half a wife, some of us will have married from the navel down. So, don't marry. Somebody prophesied to you that you marry a white man. How? Did this tell you it was a Russian? So, I'm so saddened by that man. He should be tracked, arrested, and those women should sue him and collect damages from that dirty Russian. And they vex. Women, you are not objects of entertainment. Stop this attitude of displaying, shake your wata yash, shake your wata yash. Thank God for Zambian women. They are now tying certificates, car keys, carrying children, and showing employment letters and achievement, share certificates in their bum. So that it's not shake your wata yash with water brain. Monkey mumu. And women should protest about using naked women with bikini to advertise cars while the man is wearing a suit. What is the relationship between bikini and car? Bikini and car. They should show women buying cars. They showed one lady recently, she was coming out of a car. She didn't wear her shoes well. As she was coming out, her nakedness nearly showed. Women, your nakedness is not apple, is not shawarma. It shouldn't be displayed. It's your dignity. You should respect yourself. And so that's my take on this Ashawo Russian and Ashawo African women. It could have happened in any country. It could have happened anywhere. Dr. Charles Apoki is still my name. Remember the webinar that is coming up. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. God bless you.